and how we can counter them. So first of all, I would like to tell you just a little bit about me, just so you kind of have an idea. So I am a mom, wife, sister, daughter. I wear a lot of hats, as so many of you do. And, some of the things we like to do is I love spending time with my family and getting out in the sun, swimming, all those things. Although I don't like the sun, I like to be in the shade as much as possible. So, and I love to empower women. In the information there that we had out, I am a behavioral health and life coach, and my focus is to empower women, take themselves off of the back burner, and so that they can live a more fulfilled life and be the mom and the wife and this woman that they want to be, the best version of her that she can dream up. And so I really enjoy helping women be the best they can. And I coach individually as well as with groups for businesses. So that way they can create a better environment for work. So let's get into why we're here, which is 3 types of stress we experience and how to counter them. Now, these 3 types of stress are kind of just big ones, just an overall type of a deal. But the first is physical. Then we've got chemical and we have emotional. Now, physical stressors are really anything that puts stress on your body. So it could be hot, really hot, cold temperatures, illness, injuries, chronic pain. Chemical stress is with foods and literal chemicals that are found in our environment, like pesticides and cleaners that we use to clean our homes, the chemicals that are in those, and products that we use to put on our bodies every day. And then emotional stress could be the loss of a loved one. It could be the loss of a job, divorce, a really big move. It can even be perfectionism, and it can be perceived danger. And we've got, the pandemic we've gone through, and so on and so on. There's so many ways for this. So at this time, I would like to invite each of you to think of these 3 stressors in your life: physical, chemical, and emotional, and think about how they are within your own context of your life currently. And I want you to rate to yourself on a 1 to 10. 1 is easy peasy, don't need to worry about it. And 10 is I want to pull my hair out, right? So thinking about where is your level of stress right now. And after you've got this number, I want you to think about how do you notice yourself act when you are feeling stressed? What do you see? What do you hear? How do you know that you're feeling stressed? What do you feel as you're feeling stressed? Are you breathing quickly? Is your heartbeat thumping? Just recognize what this is doing to your body. Unfortunately, stress wreaks havoc on our bodies and our immune system. Cortisol is released in our bodies, and this suppresses the immune system and inflammatory pathways. And as this happens, we become more susceptible to infections and chronic inflammatory conditions. Our ability to fight off illness is significantly reduced. And so stress is a huge deal in each of our lives. The good thing here is that our bodies are very resilient. And there are plenty of small actions that you can make throughout each of your days and over time that make a significant difference. And by focusing on these options that make these positive shifts improve your overall health and wellness. And that is a really great thing to hang on to, and the power of positivity. So first, I would like to kind of dive into physical stress. And as I'm going through each of these, I'm going to talk about what this does to us, and also an option to change it. We're going to hit them up right as we come across them. So physical stress. What I want to teach you right now is one of the simplest, quickest, easiest changes that we each can implement. And it has a huge impact down the line. So this is simply by chewing. Chewing is one of our most frequent activities. We are chewing throughout the day, and often when we look at food, we're usually consumed with what we are eating, as we're thinking about trying to be healthier. And what am I sticking in my mouth? It's always about the what. We're consumed with what. And we tend to overlook one crucial component, and this is the how. How are we eating? So the how is all about chewing our food. And this is a really fun thing to do with your family, is to really focus on chewing and who can chew the longest. And this is one of the ways that we can reduce this layer of stress on our body, is by simply chewing. So how many times does the average person chew before swallowing? Can you guys believe that it's 3.3 chews? That's the average person. And then we're swallowing our food. I personally noticed that after focusing on this, I realized I was taking too big a bite. So as I started to chew, it was like, wait a minute, I got to swallow part of this, because I need to be able to chew up the rest, and I need to swallow so I can not have a huge mouthful of food. So for me, it was really interesting when I started focusing on this to take smaller bites so that I could focus on chewing more. Now, really the thing is, if you think about, if we're only chewing 3.3 chews and then swallowing, it means that our body has to work really, really hard to break down the food. And that's causing more havoc and more stress. We really might as well just have a little door slot in our stomach that says, insert food here, because we're not doing our part as far as chewing our food. So what we want to aim for is really 20 to 30 times of chewing before we swallow. Because with chewing, this produces important enzymes in our saliva, and it helps break down our food, making it easier to assimilate, which enables for more and for better effective digestion. This is a huge way to reduce physical stress. So simply by chewing our food is going to reduce physical stress on our bodies. So let's go ahead and move into chemical stress. And CBS News did a report back in 2012 about the effects of about the health effects, there we go, of home cleaners. And these are cleaners that we use consistently in our homes to keep us safe and free from germs and bacteria and other things. And however, this study shared that what we were doing to keep us safe, these products we were using, is actually causing a lot more health damaging effects than we had previously realized. And there was another study that came out a couple of years ago, and this was a 20-year independent study with over 6,000 individuals, showing that using national brand cleaning products as little as one time a week are as bad for the lungs as smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. And this is due to the harsh chemicals that are found in our cleaners. As far as products that we're using for our bodies that we put on our skin and different things, according to the Environmental Working Group, American women put an average of 168 chemicals on their bodies each day before going out to work. That is a significant number of things that we're putting on us. Now, not all of them are harsh chemicals. They're just chemicals. So we want to, there's harsh ones and there's other things. So men weren't as bad, but you know what? The average for men is 85 chemicals on their bodies each day. So I want to just talk about a few of the chemicals and ingredients that are in our personal care products that we really want to try to avoid. So as far as chemicals that we want to stay away from, those would include chlorine bleach, ammonia, abrasives, phosphates, and quaternary disinfectants. Those are found in a lot of our cleaners today. And as far as our products and our ingredients in our personal care products that we want to stay away from would be, phthalates, triclosan, parabens, and formaldehyde. These are some of the things that we want to steer clear of. Now, this might feel a little overwhelming since there are so many products today that contain these ingredients. I'm not telling you to go into your house and start tearing all of your products apart and seeing what they are and stressing yourself out that way. That is not what we want. What we want you to do is really just start by finding one product at home, looking over the ingredients. And if it's got some things in there you don't want, then replace it with a better, safer option. A lot of people choose to make their own products or cleaners and things like that. However, if you're kind of like me and that's not really intriguing for you, do your research and just find a company or a brand that is suited to making you feel, the products are safer, that you're happy about with them. And I actually have a favorite brand. I'm going to have my information at the end. If anybody is wanting to know of an option that they can maybe look into, I'm happy to share that with you at a later time. So you can just reach out with me then. But just really making sure that as we're starting to eliminate that chemical stress, just don't put on additional stress by thinking about all of it. Just simply take one product and change it. And then down the road, when that one, you can use another product and then change it. Or as you're finished using products, look at it and go, okay, I need to find a better version for this product that I'm now out of. Don't make it hard or complicated. Just simply do it that way. Finally, the third stressor is emotional stress. And with everything going on in the world today, as well as work and business and responsibilities and all of those aspects, and we've got family and we've got to make sure that the bills are paid, all these things that are going on in our life, we can easily feel overwhelmed with emotional stress. Now, I find this interesting because I think that both Emma Lou and I just forgot the last gentleman, that spoke. He was also talking about fight or flight, and so we're all kind of on the same theory. So in our body, and this is just kind of drew out a little gram so you guys could see this, but in our body, we've got our main nervous system. That has two branches. We've got the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. The peripheral also has two branches. So you can see on there, we've got the somatic and the autonomic nervous systems. The somatic nervous system controls movements. So I'm turning my head, I'm raising my arms, touching my nose, all of those things. When I'm out walking or running, I'm doing that with my somatic nervous system. Now, the autonomic nervous system it regulates our involuntary body functions. So our heartbeat, our blood flow, breathing, digestion. And with the somatic nervous system and the autonomic nervous system, there are two things that can overlap, only two. One is blinking and the other one is breathing. So if you think about it, we can automatically breathe and we can automatically blink and not have to think about that, or we can control that and do that also. So that's kind of just an interesting fact with that. But in the autonomic nervous system, there's the two divisions right there also, which is what these guys have been talking about earlier, the parasympathetic and the sympathetic. So the parasympathetic division helps maintain normal body functions, and this conserves our physical resources. This division also performs tasks like slowing down our heart rate, and it's known as the rest, repair, and digest mode. The sympathetic division regulates, it's the fight or flight, and which is also the defensive, the survival mode. And in this mode, our normal body functions are compromised in ways that have a negative impact on our health if they are prolonged and sustained for a long period of time. So through controlled breathing, we are able to change from our sympathetic nervous system, which is a fight or flight, and switch it to the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest, repair, and digest. Now, here's the really kind of cool thing. And our bodies, we cannot have both of them on at the same time. You either have the rest, repair, and digest, or you're in fight or flight. They cannot both be on at the same time. So with doing breathing techniques, I'm going to teach you one here in just a second. What basically happens is when we control our breathing, our brain says, hey, wait a minute, what is going on? I thought I was a little bit stressed out there, but now my breathing is telling me that I'm breathing normal and it's in control. And so I must not be stressed out. So I'm going to go ahead and switch from the sympathetic nervous system to the parasympathetic nervous system. And that is how that works. So we've got what I want to do is I want to teach everyone. So we've talked about meditation earlier today. We've talked about a different breathing technique earlier today. I'm actually going to teach you what is called the 5-5-7 breathing technique. And I really would love everybody here to do it. I want to walk everyone through this so that you can feel the power of slowing down our breathing and really concentrating on how to go from the fight or flight into the rest and relax, repair, digest phase. So first of all, just to give you guys a heads up on how this is going to work, what we'll do is we will have you inhale through your nose for 5 seconds, filling your lungs about 2/3 full capacity, and then hold that for 5 seconds. Then you're going to release or exhale for 7 seconds. This is a little bit longer than the inhale, so just recognize where that does. Now, I'm going to tell you that sometimes this is a little bit long if you are really stressed out or if you're not used to doing these breathing techniques. And so sometimes you might need to start with a 3-3-5 or a 4-4-6 as you work up to this 5-5-7 breathing technique, because it can, if you're holding your breath, sometimes you might want to feel like you're passed out if you're really, really stressed out. So just keep that in mind, that you can always start with a smaller one. So what I'd like to do is have everyone do this with me right now. And I want you to sit, so get in your chairs, get in a comfy position, comfortable spine, have it straight, and if you can, get your feet flat on the floor. Don't cross your legs. Go ahead and you can rest your arms on your legs. And if you like to do this with your eyes closed, that is perfect. That is my favorite way to do it, but you can keep them open. And we're going to go ahead before we even start the 557. I'd like everyone to do just a deep, big cleansing breath. So just really, and just get out any of that tension. And now we're going to go ahead and start. And I want everyone to go ahead and inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and continue counting in your mind. And as you continue this conscious breathing, this steady rhythm, I want you to go ahead and scan your senses. Notice the scent of the air in your nose. If your eyes are closed, notice the reds and the oranges of your eyelids. And you can even make focus on right between your eyes. They call the third eye. Just focus right in there. Notice your taste buds, the feeling of your butt on the chair, and your feet spread on the floor. Just listen to your breathing, recognize your breathing, inhaling and holding and exhaling, and how this is slowing everything down. Go ahead and keep breathing and scanning and tuning into this heightened awareness of your mind and your body connection. Go ahead and do this a couple of more times, and we'll have you come back. I know, I'm not sure if he's on here anymore. I'd have to see. Yes, we had a gentleman last time talk about meditation and how he would like to start doing it. This is a great way to start to break into that. Clearing your head, focusing on just the counting and what's going on. Okay, go ahead and finish that set that you guys are in, and go ahead and come out. And open up your eyes and move your bodies and recognize what that has done for you. All right. So I'm hoping that you guys are all done with that round right there, trying to give you time to finish that up. So here's the thing. I want you to think to yourself right now, how did that make me feel? Now think about the stress level that you told yourself that you were at the beginning of when I started speaking. I had you rate yourself on a 1 to 10, whether, 1 being not very stressed, 10 being really, really stressed. And now I want you to think about, what is your stress level at this moment? Recognize and notice, is it less? And if so, then that worked. If not, you can continue to focus on that a little bit more. And then we can also add in one more way to connect to our sympathetic, to move over from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic. But this breathing technique really only takes about 2 minutes to relaxation. And the great thing about it is that you can do it anywhere, anytime. And I love it. I love it because it's free. You don't have to worry about spending any money on this or having somebody do something for you. This is all up to you. It's super simple and easy. You can do this in the morning. I have clients that it's their morning routine or it's their bedtime routine. You can do it in the office. If things are stressful at work, or before you have a presentation, to calm your heartbeat down, to recognize that you are in control, you can do this. One funny story is my kids will laugh because I will do it in the car. So I don't recommend closing your eyes for that one, but I'll be doing my breathing in the car because we are running late for something because I couldn't get them out the door. So I will sit there and be doing my breathing in the car, and I'll be a little bit noisier with it just because I can. And the kids laugh and they say, "Oh, mom's doing her breathing again." So it's just kind of a fun thing, but you can do it with nobody knowing. You could really just kind of do it in your office and nobody would even know. So notice if you can do this throughout chaos. Start to notice, like, can I calm down in the chaos through this breathing? And really practice this conscious breathing throughout your day and working in this rhythm of relaxation. And you're going to find that as you start to calm your body down and relax throughout the day, you're going to find that you will be more focused, more productive, and you'll have more energy. Who doesn't want that, right? And a really cool thing here with this is that earlier we did talk about our physical stress and how simply by chewing our food helps reduce physical stress and helps with our digestion. So here's another tip with your breathing. You can do this breathing before you eat and while you're eating. And this is just another way to stimulate that digestion and boost your metabolic power, as well as reduce stress physically and emotionally. So it's really cool. Now, if you're looking for another way to reduce some of this stress, and I want to hit up on gratitude, because with this, you can also really focus on calming your system down with gratitude along with your breathing. Now, gratitude is really, really powerful in this fact that as you are feeling stressed and overwhelmed, as you start to think about all the simple little things that you are grateful for, it does the same thing and pulling you from the sympathetic into the parasympathetic nervous system. So just a little story as far as that one goes is that at the beginning of the pandemic, I thought I was doing good. Come to realize I started getting headaches from stress that were stress related. And I really thought I was okay. Well, I recognized that it was kind of growing throughout the day and it was bedtime. And I realized, wow, I am pretty stressed out right now. My head hurts pretty dang good. And so I thought to myself, what do you know that can help with this? And I thought, okay, we've got breathing techniques and we've got gratitude. And these are two that are so very, very powerful that as I started saying in my head, all the people, all the things I was grateful for, my headache started to go away and I started to calm down and things were working out. So breathing and gratitude are two powerful techniques to help with our emotional stress. Okay, so with this, by actively participating in these ways to counter your stress, by chewing for 20 to 30 times each of your bites, by reducing the amount of toxins that you are using in the cleaners that you use to keep your house clean, on the personal care products that you are putting on your bodies, and through controlled breathing as well as gratitude, you're making positive shifts and you will improve your overall health and wellness. So before I go to questions, I just want to let you know about my offers. And the first one is really just as a thank you, with all of this, I am offering anyone that would like a complimentary 60-minute breakthrough session. And then the big one is I'm actually offering one free 4-week Healthy Habits for Me coaching program. And so this one is a really fun one. I love getting to work one-to-one. And then I did tell you guys that I would let you know, give you information if you want to contact me about